welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel Ogweji. I'm a licensed vocational nurse, and this channel is about nursing tips and advice, my nursing experience, and lifestyle and DIY contents. So please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. It's just a click, and let's have fun together. Today's video is about NCLEX. How did I pass my NCLEX exam? So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I studied, how I studied it, what happened on the day of my exam, and what happened after the day of my exam. So stay tuned. So I promised myself that I'm not going to use a lot of resources so I don't get confused. So I narrowed it down to just a few resources. The one resource that I use for NCLEX is the McClemic audio. So I heard about McClemic audio during the last semester of my nursing program, although I didn't listen to it a lot. But for my NCLEX exam, I listened to McClemic audio, all of McClemic audio that I can lay my hands on from YouTube. It's like, I think 9 hours long. But my favorite McClemic audio is the prioritization and delegation audio. If you cannot listen to any McClemic audio, just listen to that one, the prioritization and delegation audio. It's very good. It would help you to identify keywords and phrases that NCLEX is asking you when it comes to prioritization and delegation. I also love that audio because you know what they teach in nursing school about critical situations. You have to check the ABC first. Check the airway, breathing, and circulation. Well, the McClemic audio, especially that prioritization and delegation audio, it's going to help you see beyond just ABC, airway, breathing, and circulation. It's going to show you that NCLEX wants you to look beyond just airway, breathing, and circulation. It also shows you that you have to check which organ is affected, which symptoms are expected and not expected, which patients you have to prioritize before the other, based on organ, based on other situations that are not just ABC. So please make sure you listen to this audio if you can. I'm going to leave the link in my description box if you want to listen to it. So another resource that I use is UWorld. For UWorld, I got it from my school. They gave me a 90 days access for UWorld that have 2 assessments and I think 1,200 plus questions. Yes, so I did system by system, and I also created a lot of 75 practice quiz from UWorld because I know with NCLEX you have to do at least a minimum of 75 or more questions. So I did practice it in a number of 75 practice questions for UWorld. So I like UWorld for a couple of reasons. Number one is that UWorld questions is a little bit harder than NCLEX questions. So that means it will really get you prepared for your NCLEX exam. Even if your percentile in UWorld is low, it doesn't mean that you will not pass. Even people that have a very low percentile, as low as 40s, can still pass their NCLEX exam because it's a little bit harder than NCLEX. So it will help you, it will get you ready. And for their rationales, UWorld rationales sometimes comes with picture illustration like a diagram that's going to help you understand the rationale. So if you read the rationale and look at the diagram, it will just connect the dots for you and help you to comprehend the rationale very well. Another reason I like UWorld is, you know that selector that applies question method that you don't like. I don't like it too. You know, with select all that applies question, the starter questions, it only takes one option for you to fail it. Probably you clicked one option you're not supposed to click, or you didn't click that one option that you thought maybe was the right answer. So, but with UWorld have a lot of starter questions, and it will help you to understand how to answer starter questions, because if you get it wrong, you go through the rationales and then you see why you failed it, and then you know how to tackle the question the next time. So UWorld helped me to increase my confidence level in answering starter questions. So the third reason why I love UWorld is the format. You know how the UWorld format is the blue background, the time over there, you see the calculator, and then you see where you click the next button. That's the same format with NCLEX. So it's just like every time you're doing UWorld, you're doing a quiz that looks like the NCLEX. So I remember when I got into the NCLEX exam, when I started my NCLEX exam, it looks just the same, and it kind of reduces my anxiety because it's just like a screen that is already familiar. You're already familiar with the blue screen, the calculator, and everything. The setup is just something you're familiar with. It's just like you're taking another UWorld practice quiz, but you're actually taking the NCLEX exam. So that's why I love UWorld. So let me tell you about the day of my NCLEX exam. I took my NCLEX exam on May 15 this year. It's on a Saturday. It was a very quiet morning. My exam was scheduled for 7:30 a.m. in the morning. I went to a very small testing center. I don't like a lot of crowds, so I choose a very small testing center. So I got there an hour and a half before the exam because, I like to, calm down, meditate, reduce my anxiety, talk to myself, do a little bit of revision. So that's what I did. I kind of, took time and all that. So when it was time to check in, they gave me a printout, like instructions for the exam, what you need to do, what you cannot do, like the NCLEX guidelines on what you're expected to do, what you're not expected to do. So after I read it and I made sure I understood it, they took my picture, they did my fingerprints. So I did a fingerprint, and then for my phone, they took my phone. I think they put it in a Ziploc bag, they sealed it up, and other belongings of mine, like my water, my snack, and every other thing that I had, they took all of it, put it in a locker box. So I left it in a locker box. So I had the key and my ID with me going into the exam hall. So when I got into the exam hall, I was given a headphone, to block off noise from other surroundings. They gave me a whiteboard and a pen, to write if I need to write down something. So they checked me in like that. I went into, it's like a computer booth, like, the office computer booths that you see. That's how the setup was. So I just sat down and then I started taking the exam. It took me about 40 minutes. It cut me off at number 76. I was really scared. So, but anyways, I continued. I didn't realize that the survey questions was optional. But I remember that it said anything you choose is not going to add up to your NCLEX. It's not part of your NCLEX exam. So I just started doing the survey question, and it was really fun but challenging. But I was glad that it don't have anything to do with my NCLEX exam. So when I was done, I checked out and I went home very anxious. My dear, when I left the exam hall, I was like, okay, Rachel, you messed up or you didn't, but either way, you're going to find out. It was not fun. So I just went home and I started to think about what I did. Did I do right? Did I do wrong? Oh my God, I was very, very tense. But anyways, so I had to do the PVT, the Pearson view tricks when I got home because I was so anxious. So I did the PVT, the Pearson view tricks, and it gave me a good pop-up, but I was still tense. I was waiting to see the real results. So I waited for 48 hours. After 48 hours, I went to the Pearson View website and I paid $8, and I was able to see my results. It was a pass. I was so happy. So, but this is what I have to tell you. You don't have to pay the $8. Probably I didn't know this. I didn't know that you can go to your state's board of nursing website to check if they posted your license, because I later found out that they posted my license the next day on the 16th. So, but I already paid the $8. So before you pay the $8, probably check if your state posts your license before 48 hours. You can just see your license number, and then you know you passed. So that's what I didn't know before now, but now I found out. So, but I paid the $8 and I saw it pass, and I was like, yay, thank God, all the hard work paid off. So if you're watching this video because you're getting ready to take your NCLEX exam, well, I have to tell you, congratulations. You did so well. You finished your nursing program. You've done the big part. It's just this one exam to get your license to become a registered nurse, a licensed nurse. So you did the big part. Now it's about the NCLEX. This is what I have to tell you for the NCLEX. For the NCLEX, you do not need to just rush after the program to go take the exam. You don't have to, probably a week or two after the program, you're running to take the NCLEX. It depends on what you want, but it's good to give yourself a little bit of time to study so that you can at least be able to solve a bunch of questions. You need to actually solve a bunch of NCLEX style questions so that you can easily identify the keywords, the phrases. What does NCLEX want me to do? What are they asking me in this question? So if you're able to give yourself a little bit of time, probably study 3-4 hours a day, take you a little bit of time to study, you'll be able to get the hang of it and pass your exam. Another thing I have to tell you for your NCLEX exam is, before you take the NCLEX exam, you don't need to tell everybody you're going to take the exam. If you have the exam next week, Monday, you're telling everybody, oh, I have my exam. Don't tell a lot of people. You know why? Because it's going to get you very anxious. When you finish your nursing program, yes, people are expecting you to take your NCLEX exam. But if you tell a lot of people that you're going to take the NCLEX exam, they will call you and they'll be asking you, how are you getting ready? And you're already anxious. You don't want to increase your anxiety. And then after the exam, you're really going to feel very anxious. You're going to feel like you didn't make it. Everybody, almost everyone that I know, gets out of the NCLEX exam feeling very stupid, feeling like they didn't make it, feeling like I don't want to talk to anybody. So just imagine if you told everyone that you're taking the NCLEX exam. After the exam, they'll be calling you, oh, how did you do? What was it like? You're not in the mood to answer those questions that time. So that's why, if possible, keep it down to as low as possible so you can deal with the anxiety yourself, and then break the good news and tell them you pass is very important for you. And also, I have to tell you this. If you're getting ready for the NCLEX, just tell yourself that you're going to answer the whole NCLEX question. Don't get ready for the NCLEX feeling like you're going to get the barest minimum of the questions, probably 75, that's okay, 60. If you get ready for NCLEX exam thinking that you're going to get the barest minimum of the questions, once you hit that 75, you hit that 60, it's not telling you you're done with the exam, you become anxious. You begin to mess things up for yourself because you thought you were going to get the lowest amount of number. No. If you're going into the exam hall, tell yourself it's 5 hours of exam. I'm spending the whole 5 hours. Go in there and just relax and answer the questions bit by bit. The amount of numbers you answer, the number of questions you answer does not really matter. What really matters is that you pass the exam. So just take your time and answer the question, read the questions over and over again and answer the question, and do not rush. I also have to tell you this. While you're solving your NCLEX exams questions, you're preparing for the NCLEX exam and you're solving a bunch of NCLEX questions, do not expect that you will go into the exam hall, into your NCLEX exam hall, and see those questions exactly the way you saw them when you're practicing. You're going to be disappointed. Just imagine you solved more than 4,000 questions and you're expecting to see at least 10, 20. You didn't see any, or you saw just one. You'll be disappointed. Just solve those questions to be able to identify keywords, phrases, increase your knowledge, and just go into the exam hall knowing that you're confident enough to answer the questions, not feeling like I'm going to see a lot of questions. I remember this question and the answer. No. Just don't expect to see those questions like the way it is in your practice quizzes, because you're going to be disappointed. So that's all I have to tell you. I hope you enjoyed my videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Have you subscribed? Click the subscription button, please. Thank you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.